In a quiet forest, nestled among towering trees, there was a small sapling named Oakley. Oakley was just a tiny seedling, but he dreamed of one day being as tall and strong as the great trees that surrounded him. Every day he would look up at the sky, imagining what it would feel like to touch the clouds and sway in the wind with confidence. But Oakley's journey wasn't easy. The forest was dense, and the sunlight barely reached the forest floor where he stood. The larger trees often blocked his view of the sky, and he felt small in their shadow. Sometimes Oakley would hear other plants whisper, "You're too small. You'll never grow tall like the others." Despite the doubts creeping into his mind, Oakley had one thing in his favor. He never gave up. He remembered a lesson his mother tree had taught him when he was still a seed. Your roots must grow deep before your branches grow high. So every day, Oakley focused on his roots. He dug deep into the soil, absorbing the nutrients and strength he would need to grow tall one day. He paid no mind to the voices of doubt and trusted in his journey. Seasons passed. Rainstorms tested his resilience, winds bent him, and even droughts left him thirsty. But each challenge made Oakley stronger. His roots were now deep and secure in the ground, even though from the outside he still looked small. One spring morning, after a long and cold winter, something wonderful happened. Oakley felt the warmth of the sun on his leaves. The tall trees that once overshadowed him had lost some of their branches to the winter storms, and now the sunlight reached Oakley's small branches. He stretched toward the light, feeling stronger than he ever had before. Slowly but surely, Oakley began to grow. His trunk thickened, his branches reached outward, and his leaves multiplied, each one a reminder of his hard work and perseverance. The other plants were amazed. "How did you grow so tall and strong?" they asked. Oakley smiled and replied, "I focused on growing my roots. I didn't try to rush my growth. I trusted that with time, patience, and persistence, I would get my chance to reach the sky." Years later, Oakley became one of the tallest trees in the forest. His branches danced in the breeze, and he could finally touch the clouds he had always dreamed of. The birds made nests in his strong branches, and the younger saplings looked up to him with admiration. Oakley had learned that growth wasn't always about being the fastest or the tallest from the start. It was about staying grounded, building a strong foundation, and trusting the process. And so, Oakley stood tall, not just as a tree, but as a symbol of resilience and hope for all who grew beside him. He had become a reminder that, no matter how small you start, with patience and persistence, you can reach great heights.